Hey guys, want to do this video. I get comments and messages all the time from other heating and air guys. They come across my videos and a lot of them, they are not happy. They have some very nasty things to call me or nasty things to say. And so I wanted to go through 8 reasons. We're going to go through them quickly, but 8 reasons why other heating and air techs hate me. And the first one is they have secrets. They do not want me giving away these secrets. And the whole point of my YouTube channel when I first started it was I was starting to give away some of those secrets so that way they would choose Griffin Air over here, over the next company. So, I started talking about some of the brands that are being sold in Griffin Air's market and things like that. And that's how it kind of morphed into what it's turned into. There might be heating and air guys that see this and they say, well, I don't really care about some of these secrets that you're giving away. Well, I think that's great. If you're trying to hide some of the things that I am telling your customers, then you might not necessarily be on the up and up. Maybe your customers should be choosing someone else. Some of the stuff I am giving away, it may not be necessarily a secret, but it's, not necessarily common knowledge in some cases. I was arguing I was going back and forth with a guy yesterday, and he was basically saying, hey, look, some of the stuff you're giving away, a homeowner, they could hurt themselves. I believe I'm pretty safe in saying that if you watch any of my YouTube videos, that I've been very careful about. My channel is not a DIY channel. I do not open up heating and air systems and show you how to fix them. In fact, there are channels that do that, and we're going to talk about that in one of the later steps. The second reason heating and air guys seem to hate me and my YouTube channel is that some of the things I'm saying has to do with a lot of the newer products coming out. There are old timers out there, and sometimes they're not even old timers. Sometimes they're younger than me, but they have old school thinking, in that they do not like their customers even knowing about some of the newer products, inverter systems, communicating systems, all these things that when I first started doing videos on them a few years ago, they were pretty new. But I'm noticing as time goes on, I'm getting less and less of those comments, because I think that either A, those guys are not fighting as much because they're just coming out regardless, or B, I think some of these guys are coming around finally, that they're realizing that they better either get on board or they're going to get left behind, because some of these products, they are better for their customers, they're better for homeowners, and they're saving them energy and so on. And I've argued with guys and this and that, but I think that, again, as time goes on, whether they like it or not, they're going to have to get on board. There will probably come a day in the not very far future that inverter systems will be the only thing you'll probably be able to buy, or at least it'll be the majority of the market. There will probably still be multi-stage systems in the very near future, but single-stage systems will be a thing of the past. And the other thing they're having to learn about is indoor air quality. I haven't done as many videos on those, but I plan to do more. But again, this is just all things that your heating and air tech or your heating and air company, they're either going to have to learn and get on board with, or they're going to get left behind. And I don't think they're going to get left behind. I think they're just going to take longer to get there. I think they're eventually going to have to come around. They're going to have to learn about some of this stuff coming out, because whether they're up to snuff or not, they're going to have to learn it if they want to continue to do this for a living. Number 3 reason I just touched on it a second ago, and that is there are other YouTube channels out there. They hate mine. They hate that I gave out a thermostat code to be able to change the programming in that thermostat. But they seem to be okay with these YouTube channels that are more directed towards heating and air guys. So mine have always been directed towards homeowners, people that are in the market for a heating and air system. But there's other heating and air channels, by the way, taught by people way smarter than me. They're putting out awesome content and great videos showing heating and air techs how to be better at their trade. But these guys that seem to get mad at me just for giving out a simple thermostat code, they don't say a word about those guys out there, actually opening up their furnaces and making repairs and things. And I think the news flash would be for those folks, hey, by the way, homeowners can watch those videos too. So I would dare argue that my channel is safer for homeowners, because I would say to Mr. Homeowner, look, unless you've gone to school for this, unless you know what you're doing, you might not want to be messing with things because you could burn your house down, you could get electrocuted, you could do lots of horrible things to you and your family if you don't know what you're doing. And at the very least, you could end up costing yourself more money trying to make a repair than those guys. So I always get these folks where they're like, well, I bought a capacitor myself and I put it in myself. Yeah, and I think that's great. But if you don't know anything about capacitors and how they can hold charge, and especially if they're DC voltage, they can kill you, things like that. I know you can buy them on Amazon, and I know you could probably put them in. They're not that hard, but if you don't know what you're doing, you could, end up in a hospital, if not, even worse. Number 4, reasons they hate me is a lot of heating and air guys seem to think that I'm affecting their income. So when I'm out here telling homeowners the truth about something, then the heating and air guys not allowed to be deceiving. I did a whole video right here on tactics that a lot of companies are using when they're financing. So they're hiding fees and they're making more money off of customers that are just oblivious. I go through some of that stuff in my videos. I go through some of the what I would even call scams in some cases. These guys that are running some of these scams, and I'm out here trying to spread the truth to homeowners, and a lot of heating and air guys don't like it. So that said, real quick, if you are in the market for a heating and air system and you need financing, go to our website at New HVAC Guide. There's no fees. It's all third party. You could get the loan and then still buy the heating and air system from your contractor. Number 5, a lot of guys are hating me because I'm right on things. When they're saying, oh, homeowners shouldn't know how to do this or that, they should be in the dark about this or that. And my answer to them is, look, especially when we're talking about, say, a thermostat and them getting the thermostat code, my argument is, what if a mechanic that works on your car, if he said, look, I don't think you should know how to replace your own brake pads. I think that you could hurt yourself or you could mess up your car. Well, that's true. That is true. You could hurt yourself or your car if you don't know what you're doing and you go replacing the brake pads. But I think my argument to that is, it's their thermostat, it's their car, it's their whatever. And if I want to tell them the code so that in case they want to make a programming change, that it's their thermostat, they should be allowed to have that. Now, yes, they can damage their system, they can damage the thermostat, they can do a lot of things that would not be good. But again, it's their system, and I personally don't think I'm the smartest person on the planet. A lot of heating and air guys think they are. They think, I know everything, and, I'm the best at what I do. I hate to bust your bubble, but there are homeowners out there that are smarter than you, okay? And you might say, well, they're not smarter than me at heating and air. Well, maybe that's kind of true, but they're not dumb. They know how to go in their programming and change from a 7-day programming to a 5-2 or whatever the case is. The point is, I don't think that homeowners are as dumb as you like to think they are. And if they are smart enough to go in their own programming and make some changes, it's their thermostat. Number 6, reason they hate me. Heating and air guys hate me because I'm exposing things in their industry. I talked about secrets that I'm giving away, but sometimes exposing things. I talked about the financing thing, but I'm also giving away secrets sometimes where, they like to upsell this or that. And I'm like, well, it's the same thing. In some of my videos, I've talked about that. They're upselling you, but it's the same thing. Some of the fees that they're hiding or some of the scams or whatever. Some of these rebates, they're not even actually rebates. They're jacking the price up and then they're giving you so much off. There's a company that's real big that'll say, well, we'll give you a free furnace if you buy an air conditioning system from us certain times of the year. Well, they're not giving you a free furnace. If you think that furnace is free, somebody's paying for it, and it's probably you in one way, shape, or form. It's just a part of their marketing. So, I'm exposing a lot of that stuff, and man, guys hate me for that. Number 7, your heating and air guy hates it when you know more than they do. And I had a video where I kind of gave out some info, and I actually had a heating and air guy send me an email saying that, he hadn't even heard about the products that I was talking about in that video, that had not been released to his market yet, and he just didn't appreciate my video, basically. Ultimately, if you are a homeowner and you're more informed about certain things than your heating and air guy, then they're afraid that it makes them look bad or look dumb or something like that. Ultimately, I think with my customers, the more informed they are, the better chance that they see the value in what we're offering. I think a lot of times when we're offering things at Griffin Air, if the homeowner doesn't really understand that we're, creating more value with something, or they're buying something that, you know, another company is saying hook, line, and sinker without actually knowing the knowledge or knowing what they're hearing is incorrect, then we are at a disadvantage at Griffin Air. I think that just kind of plays a role in this whole deal. Ultimately, we want our customers to be informed, and your heating and air guy should want you to be informed as well. Last and final reason I think that your heating and air guy may hate me, and why some of them have been hating on me on this YouTube channel, and that is they hate when I am helping folks with our website, newhvacguide.com. And on that website, I have actually had to call on a few contractors based on one of our packages where we will actually help the homeowner. And I've realized, having to deal with some of these contractors, that they're not used to dealing with someone that knows if they're saying something that's incorrect, or if they're, you know, selling snake oil, or if you will. I tell you, and I'll say this one last thing and we'll wrap up, and that is, when helping folks on this website, I realized recently, I feel your pain. If you're a homeowner and you're having trouble finding someone that you do like, and you're having trouble, you know, you're going through folks in your market. I was helping one of our customers on there, and they live in a pretty large city in Ohio, and they live in one of the suburbs, and I was having to call on different contractors to kind of help them with one thing, and I was getting all kinds of, you know, weird things. I was getting contractors with full voicemails. You know, I would get their voicemail and it'd be full. Or I was getting contractors that, you know, would answer their phone and then hang up on me. One company, I even got a call center, and they didn't really know much about anything. It was just interesting because, I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with call centers, but if they're making your company look bad, then it may not necessarily be the best thing in the world. So ultimately, I just want to do this video. I thought it'd be pretty cool. 8 reasons why your heating and air tech might hate me. If you have any others, please comment down below. This has been kind of fun working on this particular video compared to others, mostly because it's been all true. You know, a lot of this stuff is actually happening, and I get, you know, messages and emails all the time where people, they do not like what I'm doing here. So hopefully that means I'm doing something right. I'm helping you, the homeowner. All that said, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.